All right, PTM, we're back. What's up, Dave?
We are back. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Feels good to be back, recharged after a nice weekend.
Yeah.
One of those pre-Christmas holiday weekends. Seems like there's always lots of things going on.
Yeah, you got the Christmas tree up?
Yeah, the Christmas trees have been up. They were up the day after Thanksgiving. So.
Oh, Christmas trees. You have multiple trees?
We have 3 trees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ornaments on all of them or what?
Ornaments on all of them. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
It's become a tradition. James gets a tree in his room. And then usually it's been 2, but just in the new house, the way the new house is, it just felt right that 2 fit on the first floor. So that's what we did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I started watching Christmas Vacation with the kids last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
It was fun. I hadn't watched it in a couple of years.
Oh, yeah?
Lisa pointed out that at the beginning of the movie, like when you go to select the movie, it says that it's PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
But when you play the opening credits, it says that it was previously rated like G or PG.
No way.
Yeah. The definition of what was like okay
changed
for
from
kids.
the 80s. Yeah.
Yes, big time. Big time. Lots of cursing, lots of middle fingers. Like, oh, it's all right.
That's a great movie. We watch it. It's like a tradition in the house. Every Christmas is that we definitely watch it a few times.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of big matchups last night. I think the big highlight was Embiid. It's just on fire.
Yeah.
Put up another 50-point game.
Those poor Charlotte Hornets. And just got nobody to throw at him. It just feasted.
I mean, there's nobody in the league who can defend him. But
that's true. But
they are. He's quite a player. And Zion is it's been on fire as well.
Pelicans are looking good, man. That bet that we placed on day 1 after day 1 of the season, it's looking nice.
Yeah. So before we jump into tonight's game, I wanted to play a little game with you. Okay.
Nice, fun. Okay, let's go.
We'll do one of these at the start of the show and one, if I remember, one at the end of the show.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna call this segment of the show "Sit, Start, or See Ya."
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna list 3 players.
Yeah.
You got to tell me you're the general manager of the team.
Okay.
You got to sit one of them. You got to start one of them, and you got to send one of them packing.
Back to the G League.
Back to the G League. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here's your first trio.
Okay.
You got Zion,
Yeah.
Ja, and SGA.
Oh, come on. How are you supposed to pick? Oh,
well, it's
my
not supposed to be easy.
I know. Wow. Zion, Ja,
SGA.
and SGA. Oh, my goodness. Who is sitting? I think Ja is sitting, SGA starting, and Zion's going to the G League.
What?
Here's my logic behind it. So Ja, I feel like could use the rest. I feel like he hasn't been he hasn't been 100% there this season, and I don't know. So I'd rest him. Zion, on the other hand, missing that time. Maybe he needs to get a few more reps, get a little bit more. I don't know. We'll work out a little bit more in the G League, and SGA is just unstoppable. I mean, he was kind of like the Ja, like he's having the season that Ja had last year, kind of. Right?
Yeah,
just like unstoppable. So I'd ride him and start him. Yeah.
So disrespectful. Took a guy, just scored 35 points against the Suns back-to-back games, and you just send him down to the G League.
Yeah, that's it. You can go play with James Wiseman.
All right. Remind me. We'll do another one.
All right. I like this. You like the new Bill Simmons. All right.
Yeah. Well, we got to make the show interesting. It can't be all just stats,
Yeah.
All right,
I like it.
we got 7 games tonight. We're going to cover 5. The other 2 games didn't really have props out yet. So let's dive into the first one. 7 p.m. We got the Heat, who are 12-15, at the Pacers, who are 14-13. Pacers are at home getting 3 points, and the Sharps are on the Heat -3 and the under 228.5.
Okay.
What do you like?
I don't like the barking dog in the background.
It's all right. We can barely hear it.
All right. So matchup wise, this is the best one tonight. Forwards against Miami, number one matchup for forwards on the board by far. It's like, I think 15 impact games by forwards, and the next team is like 12 or 13. So there's a couple. I think it's the only instance where they're like a few up on the next the team at number 2. So that is definitely one we're going to want to look at. And then on the Indiana side, combo guards are actually their number one matchup on the board. And then number 2 matchup with big men. So combo guards and big men against the Pacers, and forwards against the Heat.
Okay.
So what does that mean? Sorry, hit my screen there. Your combo guards for the Heat are Oladipo, who I cashed some tickets on Saturday, because combo guards were also popping. I forget who they play. Who did they play? I don't know. I forget. But anyway, he cashed. So it's Oladipo, Hero, Lowry to a lesser degree, and the big men. There's only one. Bam. So those are 2 that you can really focus in on the Miami side. And on the Indiana side, is also not a lot. They don't have a ton of forwards.
I was trying to think of like who is.
So Buddy Hield he's classified as a forward. And Chris Duarte, but he's not playing. So
right.
So Buddy Hield's the guy that I looked at in this game. So I got some nice ones I like here. So first, we'll start with Hero. I like him. I'm still on my parlay kick here, so we're gonna run with it because they're doing well. All right,
yeah.
20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. It's plus 135. The points he's done in 5 of 6, his last 5 of 6 overall, and also his last 5 of 6 on the road. 4 rebounds he's done in 16 of 19 this season, and assists 14 of 19. The previous time they played the Pacers on November 4th, he was 29-5-5 with 4 threes. So he crushed that. If you wanted to juice it up, you could play his points up to 22. It seems to be a number that he's one of these guys that, like, you see the same number over and over again on their point line. 22 is his number. So if you want to go to 22-5-5, it's plus 450. It's really nice for this game. Yeah.
Okay. I also was on Tyler Hero.
Nice.
I just went with his straight points, 20.5 points minus 130. He's been averaging 25 in his last 5 games.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of one of the games, and he has like a little bit of a it factor right now.
Yeah.
Like it just
that
seems
bubble,
like
that bubble. Tyler
Hero.
It
seems like he's.
I saw that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's starting too, so I think that helps.
Yeah, that was the problem last year. He was the 6th man last year. And, though he would close for them. He's the guy who needs the limelight, it seems. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then the other matchup we spoke of was the big men against the Pacers. So that's we're gonna play Bam here. His parlay that I put together, 18 points. He's done it in 8 of his last 10 on the road, and he's done it in 10 of 13 games on one-day rest this season. 8 rebounds. He's done it in 11 of 13 games on one-day rest. Pretty good. And 3 assists. He's done it in 10 of 13 on one-day rest and 8 of 10 on the road. That's plus 155. Again, it was 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. In that game that they played the Pacers back at the beginning of November, He was 18, 10, and 4. So he would have cleared this one, and it's nice plus 155.
Like that.
Yeah. And then on the Pacers side of the ball, we got Buddy Hield. It's really our only option to look at if we're targeting forwards. Check out his last 2 against Miami. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 threes. 26 points, 6 rebounds, 7 threes.
Ooh.
So here's where we worked out with Buddy. We'll bring his point line down. 17 points. He's done it in 5 straight and 7 of 10. Okay.
What was it?
Huh?
What was the straight line, though? 17 and a half or something? Wasn't much more than that.
No, it's not much more than that. But you can't, you couldn't. It was about as low as you could go.
Okay.
And it worked out. But yeah, I think it was 17 or 18 and a half. Yeah. 3 rebounds, which he's done in his last 8 of 10. He's done it in 13 of 16 on 1-day rest. He's also done it in 9 of 13 at home this season. And 3 threes, which he's done in 5 straight, 10 of 13 home games, 12 of 16 on 1-day rest. It's plus 105. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 threes. If you didn't like the rebounds for some reason and you just wanted to go threes, you could ride it up to 4 threes. If you put 17 points and 4 threes together, you actually get the exact same odds, 1 plus 105. So maybe you want to play that, you could play that a little bit differently if you're a little bit worried about the rebounds, because with Buddy, it's all threes. So if he's hot, he'll probably get to that 4-3, especially Miami's a good matchup. 1 for his position and 2 for 3-point frequency. I still think they're dead last in the league.
Yeah, I my only pick on the Pacers side was Buddy as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I had him at. I just kept it simple: 3.5 threes, minus 120. He's done it in 5 of 5 games. Also, I know we tend to get a little gun shy once the that 3-point mark gets above 2.5. So
yeah. With him and Steph, you don't really have to be so much, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's good for, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't look at his attempts, but he's probably good for 8 or 9 attempts a game.
Yeah.
But what I've done in the past with him, which I think is a pretty safe parlay, is you can also put him with Halliburton assists. You can do
nice
something
correlation.
Like 10 Halliburton assists and 3 threes, minus 104. But I'm going to let you go on the side of the parlays, and I'm going to stay straight on 3.5 threes.
It's nice considering that I always like to dig a little bit deeper when we're both, independently on the same guys. Hero and Buddy, 20 points each is plus 250.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
See, I mean, history certainly supports that, recent history, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, nice.
On my sit start, I was gonna give you Zion, Morant, and RJ. It's gonna do all the 2019 draft.
Well, we know who's going to the G League.
Yeah. I thought that was too obvious.
That's definitely too easy.
But it had me looking into the 2019 draft. And did you know Hero was part of that draft too?
Yeah, out of Kentucky. Yeah.
Yep. And do you know who the 4th pick was behind RJ?
Patrick Williams.
No, DeAndre Hunter.
Oh, Hunter. Okay.
Yeah, he was actually selected technically by the Lakers, but but the pick was owned by
Atlanta.
No, New Orleans.
Oh,
and then New Orleans traded him to Atlanta.
Interesting.
So the guy was semi on 3 teams. Okay, good on this game.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, so we got a little homecoming game coming up next, right?
Homecoming game?
No, isn't Durant from Washington?
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a team thing. Yeah, homecoming game. Yes.
All right, we got Nets at Wizards. Nets are pretty hot right now, 16-12. They won that game over the weekend, sitting 8 of their top players.
How awesome! Those Cam Thomas highlights that I sent you were pretty crazy. Yeah. That guy's he's a good player, man. I always
thought he was pretty good when they put him in. I'm like, I don't know why this guy doesn't get more playing time, but maybe he will now.
Yeah.
Nets are without Royce O'Neal tonight, and Wizards are 11-16 Beal is out tonight. Wizards are getting 6 points, and the Sharps are on the Wizards, and the over 227. So, what do you like here? This is the third meeting of these teams this year.
Yeah, I know. Couple prime matchups with these two teams against Brooklyn. They're the number 3 team in the league to target wings against. So we're going to look at some wings from Washington, and against Washington, they were the number 1 after last night. They're down to the number 2 team in the league to play combo guards against. So, who are your combo guards for Brooklyn? They have quite a few guys who are categorized as a combo, or could be categorized as combo guards. So Ben Simmons, Kyrie, Seth Curry, Cam Thomas, Edmund Sumner, Patty Mills, all these guys are on that list. So I think Kyrie is the one that we're gonna dig in a little bit deeper with on that side. And then on Washington, it's so crazy. Some teams, who's the team? Oh, Dallas. So Dallas has 100 wings on their team. Washington has 2 guys that have played any minutes classified as a wing, and it's Bradley Beal and Corey Kispert. That's it on the entire team.
Okay.
So and Beal's out. So I looked into Kispert a little bit. There's not a ton of lines out, but if you can get him for 14 points, 2 assists, and 2 threes, that parlay together would probably be something nice to throw something on for this game. So just keep that in mind. I did see on the props site there were lines posted for Kispert, but on DK and FanDuel I didn't see anything. So
yeah,
not sure what that's about. But anyway, so the one guy or the guy who I think is in the best spot on the Brooklyn side is Kyrie. If you look at his last 3 games against Washington, 27, 1-5, 31, 5-6, 30, 3-7. Some more on 2 days rest this season. He's played twice. His 2 lines in those games, 33, 5-9, and 37, 8-5. And he's playing on 2 days rest today.
Yeah.
So here's what I got. I have 3 options for you for Kyrie. Okay. All of them, basically, it's 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Okay. And then we'd have a ladder. So I have a 20-point, 4 rebound, 4 assist, 25, 4-4, and 30, 4-4. Okay. So 24-4 is plus 150. 25, 4-4 is plus 236. And 30, 4-4 is plus 422. So I think this is a Kyrie game. It's kind of though Durant and Kyrie can both get there, right? I think it seems to be, is kind of is opposite the Durant homecoming, which I have a feeling maybe you were on Durant.
Yeah, I was. I also liked Kyrie, so I was debating. I mean, okay. I think in the last game that they both played together against the Hawks, right before that game where they all sat. They both put up 30.
That's what they both did clear it, yeah. Or they both had great games. So yeah.
So with the total of 227 and the Sharps on the over, I could definitely see them both getting 30 tonight. So I think either of them are a good play. Kyrie's baseline is lower. I thought he was somewhere around 25. His points line. So
yeah, I think it was 24.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that better than Durant. But Durant, 28.5 was his line, which is kind of high. But he's done that in 7 of 8 games, and his 2 against Washington so far, he had 28 and 39. So
I like the room. I like the room on the Kyrie side, because if you take Kyrie at 24.5, those 3 games against Washington, 27, 31, 30, and the 2 days rest, 33, 37. I mean, there's so much cushion there that maybe, I think I'd probably lean that way. But.
Yeah, you can do something like Kyrie 20, Durant 25.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see where that lands, but that seems like a good play too.
It does.
Okay. What about on the Wizards?
The Wizards side,
other than Kispert.
Yeah, actually, Will Barton is also a wing, so props might come out for him. At the beginning of the season, they would get early lines on him, not as much now, but with Beal not playing, I'm sure there'll be something out later, so he might be another guy to look into, but I don't have anything official on that side.
Okay.
You like Porzingis?
I do.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I do. I like his rebounds.
What's his rebounds?
His rebound line was 9.5 at -120. He's only done that in 3 of his last 6 games, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But in his 2 games against Brooklyn, he had 10. Mm-hmm. And in the last game against Brooklyn, he had 19 rebounds.
I see that now.
So, especially with Beal out, he's probably going to get more playing time. Sharps are on the Wizards. I like that for the narrative, right? Even though they're getting 6 points, that means that they don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Yep.
And quite honestly, Brooklyn tends to keep people in the game. Even the Hawks game that they played, like they just keep them in the game. So yeah, I like Porzingis to get 10 rebounds.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that is a nice one. Yeah, I mean, Biggs. It's not as prime as a matchup as it had been earlier. I think I can pull it up right here. I'm just curious to see where they fall now. Yeah, actually, they're middle of the pack now for Biggs. But
right.
Anyway, yeah.
But Nick Claxton is also questionable for the game.
Okay.
So
He's been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye on that one.
Yep. Let's move along.
Moving along. All right, next we got the Thunder. This is the 8:30 game. We got Thunder at the Mavs. Thunder are 11-15. Mavs are 13-13. Mavs are -8.5. Sharps were on the Mavs to cover, and a total of 228.5. Sharps were on the under.
Mavs at home, right?
Mavs at home. Although Mavs don't really blow anybody out, so
no, that's true.
That 8.5 seems like a lot of points, but Luka was questionable for the game. I just saw a report that he's playing. So
okay.
And worth noting, these two teams played earlier this year. Luka put up 31, 16, and 10.
Yes, he did. And if you go to the previous time they played last season, he put up 46 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, matchup wise, number one matchup on the board, big men against OKC, right up there. There's actually 3 teams tied for one. It's Detroit, Clippers, and Thunder are all tied for the worst teams against big men. And then OKC is also number 2. They were number 1. They're down to number 2 against wings right now. So that's who we're going to want to target on that side. And Dallas, you really want to stay away from, but actually one that's starting to pop a little bit. They are the number 4 team in the league to target forwards against. So we're going to look at some everything everything else is very red. Oh, you got a forward you like. I like it. All right.
I do.
I have a forward I love in this game.
Hopefully.
So we'll get there. I hope we're on the same one. Dallas. So your big men for Dallas is guys that are not fun. Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, and though Christian Wood is fun, but I didn't see any props out on him yet.
Yeah, let me see. Who was Kleber is questionable for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Dwight Powell will be the center, but
I just don't like betting on Powell. His usage is so low. It's
right.
It's his minutes are not there. It's just you have a great matchup, but you don't have the right matchup on the Dallas side to capitalize on this.
Yeah.
So, but the other good one was wings. So, like I mentioned earlier about Washington having no wings, Dallas, here's all the guys who play wing position on Dallas: Luka, THJ, DFS. Josh Green, Reggie Bullock, and Spencer Dinwiddie. So you have your pick there, but who do you think my pick's going to be?
Probably Josh Green.
Luka Doncic.
Yes, of course, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And then on the OKC side, they actually have quite a few forward eligible guys on their team. Aaron Wiggins, Pokashevsky, Baisley, Kenrick Williams, and the guy I'm going to play, Josh Giddey. Is that who you're on?
Giddy up.
Yeah, buddy. I love this play. All right, let's do Luka first. So the Luka prop parlay that I put together is 30 points.
Okay.
He's done that in 6 straight games on 2 days rest at home. And he's also done it in 9 of 10 at home. Okay. 6 rebounds. He's done it in 5 of 6 on 2 days rest at home and 9 of 10 at home. And same exact stats for his assists. 5 of 6 on 2 days rest, 9 of 10 at home.
What was the assist line? 6 as well?
6. So 36 and 6 is plus 115.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you you only get plus 115 for that stat line.
I know.
Right? But yeah.
If plus 115's not enough, you could leave the points at 30 if you want to bring the rebounds and assists up to 8 each, which is not crazy, obviously, for Luka. It's plus 240 if you want to go 8 and 8. But where was it? Yeah, that's what I like for Luka. Were you on anybody from Dallas?
Yeah, I had Luka as well. I kind of swung for the fences on him. I just said triple double.
Yeah, I thought about it too. Yeah.
Plus 410. I also just wanted to see what the options were for rebounds as well, because he did put up 16 rebounds.
Yeah.
In the prior matchup. He's only done that once this year. So if he did 14 rebounds, plus 650. He's only done that once this year, that same 16 rebound game.
Yeah.
12 rebounds, which he's done 4 times this year, is plus 300. So I think if you're thinking that this is a rebounding game for him, then I would play the 12 rebounds and try to go for that one.
Adjusted line on the rebounds. Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't really been rebounding very much of late, so that's why it concerns me a little bit. But he does rebound highly based on matchups. So, and
this might be the one.
This is the one.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move over to Giddey since we're both on that one.
Giddy up. I did another prop parlay for Giddey. It ended up being plus 130, which is nice. 14 points. I looked at he seemed to have some decent numbers on the road. It seems like he's the grown up in the room for the Thunder when they're on the road. You know what I mean? So 14 points. He's done it in 10 of 14 road games. 6 rebounds, 11 of 14, and 4 assists. He's done in 9 of 14. It's plus 130. If you tack on a steal, which I think he's done in every game. No, not everyone, but I didn't write it down. But it's pretty good a steal for him. I don't know if you want to pull it up real quick. But
I'll check.
You can bring that up to plus 260. He played Dallas 4 times last season, and I think you can look at this matchup because the core of both teams is pretty similar to what it was last year. He had a steal in every single game against Dallas, including 2 in one game and 4 in another. And the 6 rebounds he would have covered. He covered in every single game against Dallas, and the 4 assists also in every single game against Dallas. And I just wanted to point out 2 of those games against Dallas, he had one game with 10 assists and one game with 14 assists. He did have a triple double, and he went 17, 13, and 14 in one of those games. So triple double on Giddey tonight also just might be worth a little flyer maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he's always got the potential, but his assists just don't.
Yeah, the assists are the tricky one.
He had 1 triple-double so far this year against the Knicks. In the game where they scored 280 points combined.
Yeah.
So, it looks like he's had a steal in the last 7 games. Prior to that, he's averaging 0.7 steals. So, it looks like he probably gets a steal half the games. But recently, it's like a automatic every game.
I think that's what it was. Road games was. It seemed like he was getting steals in almost every road game. That's what. It was.
Could be.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like plus 130. I obviously I like that play better than my play because the odds are lower and it's more likely to hit. But I just went Giddy double at plus 180. He's done it in 4 of the last 5 games. And it's at plus 180. So,
and I like it. You don't know if it's going to be rebounds or like it could be assists, it could be rebounds. That's that's a fun bet for a guy like him. You know?
Yeah. It's I mean, let me see how many times he's hit 10 assists just to temper.
Probably not that much season, but I like it that he did it twice against Dallas last year. He had 10 and 14.
He's done it twice so far this year. The game where he had the triple double, and then a game against Memphis, and then he had 9 against Chicago. But he's not, the kind of guy, I don't know, say like Embiid or someone who you're probably, you got a very minimal shot, or Giannis, you got a very minimal shot of getting the assist. He could do it there too. So
yeah.
Okay, so I like your play, but I'll kind of stick with mine as well.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
Alrighty, moving on.
Yep.
We got the T-Wolves at the Blazers. This is a 10 o'clock game. These two teams played 2 nights ago. Blazers are -4. I don't have their records here. I didn't write it down. And the total is 230.5. The Sharps weren't on a specific team, but they were on the under. Towns is out again. He remains out.
Yep.
And the Blazers won 124-118 in the previous matchup. Gobert had a big game with 24. D'Angelo Russell, 24. Edwards, 26. Lillard led the scoring with 36 and 8. Simmons, 31. And Grant had 17. He's having a pretty good year.
He is.
What do you like here?
So, and I love this because it kind of proves the matchups are there. So, who do you want to target against Minnesota? Is they're the number 2 team in the league to target point guards against. Who had the biggest scoring game? The only point guard on the Blazers roster is Dame Lillard.
Dame time.
Yep. And then who had the big game on the Minnesota side?
Gobert. Edwards had the high scoring, right?
Oh, okay. But
Gobert.
I mean, Gobert had a pretty huge game. So
for him, I mean that's huge, and the fact that Towns is out, also has him playing higher minutes.
Yeah. So Portland, the best matchup to target Portland against is big men. They're the number 3, tied for number 3 in the league to play big men against. So, sorry, let's get to my page here. So point guards for Portland. Like I said, Dame's the only one on the roster. Big men for Minnesota is Gobert, Naz Reid, and obviously Karl Anthony Towns is not playing.
They don't consider Simons a point guard?
He's classified as a combo guard. So I mean, he's a guard. So you could you could put him there.
The combo guard
his
is
entire
pretty much like a shooting guard.
It's like these guys that are like shooting guard, small forward-ish type play. Like they're a little bit more rangy, a little longer, that sort of guy. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Dame, 25 points. His points are kind of all over the place. I actually was more into like his assists and threes, but we're going to go with this. 25 in a good matchup for Dame seems very achievable. So 25 points, 6 assists, and 3 threes is -105.
Yeah. Yeah, his point line was 27.5, which I like because he's put up 36 and 40 in the previous 2 games. But
yeah,
like you said, he is kind of all over the place. Like he's
he is
not very consistent. But again, you got to look at the last 3 games kind of as his season because he was out for like a week or so before that.
Yeah. I think also part of the reason why his, Simons is really like kind of, I feel like starting last year, but like coming to his own a bit. And Dame is really, I think, the kind of guy who he wants to see him succeed. And if he sees that Simons is on tonight, like, he's going to defer to him. Like, he wants him to be good. He wants, that's the kind of guy that Dame is. So I think that's probably why his points are also kind of all over the place, because he'll kind of say, all right, I'm going to take a step back tonight and let Simons cook. So hopefully that's not tonight with this bet. But yeah, I liked his last 2 games against Minnesota. So he, like we said, he was 36-3-8 with 3 threes. And then the previous time they played, he was 24 11 rebounds, which is pretty crazy for Dame. 6 assists and also 3 threes. So that's why I like the threes. They were there, and I laid off the rebounds, even though he did have 11 in that one game. I just kind of took that one out of the parlay. So we're just doing points, assists, and threes.
Give me the line again.
25 points, 6 assists, 3 threes, minus 105.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very
anything,
nice.
I'm feeling you were on Simons.
No, he burned me the other day. He is more consistent than Dame, though, in terms of scoring.
Yeah, I noticed that. Dame's definitely more volatile.
Yeah, but until he proves himself back to me, I'm gonna lay off of him.
All right.
So I like Lillard. I just went with the straight 27.5 points. I think he'll get 30.
Pretty good
tonight.
bet. Yeah.
And
what
about on the
Minnesota?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back to Gobert. The big matchup's too hard to pass up.
That was my pick too. But I guarantee you, I have a different take than you do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got three options for Gobert, and I like these because I know you'll like these too, because they're not 3-leg parlays, they're 2-leg parlays.
I do prefer the 2 over the 3.
So this is kind of cool. 16 points and 1 assist. It's plus 145. I thought that was a fun one. And if you wanted to do a points and rebounds, 16 points, 11 rebounds is plus 110.
I don't like his rebounds this year.
No, well, it's a little bit better without Cat there. No,
super inconsistent though. He only had 9 rebounds.
I know.
In the previous game.
That's why my first pick was I actually kept the rebounds out because I picked up on that. My first choice here was the 16 points, 1 assist, plus 145.
Yeah, his last 4 games, 2 assists, 1 assist, 1 assist.
He only needs 1.
I mean, all it takes is just like kicking the ball out and then somebody hitting a 3, right? And that's okay. I like that.
It's a great matchup. He's got the size. I mean, he's going up against Nurkic and Jeremy Grant. I mean, he's got the size. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think the 16 points is a no-brainer. You always just got to be careful with foul trouble with him, but it looks like he's been staying pretty clean of late. So, yeah, I like that play. Okay.
Nice.
Anything else you got on him? You said
if you want to put all 3 of them together, I know we don't love the rebounds, but 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 assist is plus 205.
I would do like maybe 9 rebounds.
I couldn't get that. Was DK didn't have it lower than 11, so that was I would I was looking for 9 is what I was looking for, to be honest.
Yeah. I liked his steals.
I saw that like 4 straight games or something.
He has a steal in 5 of the last 10 games, so not amazing. But in his previous game against Portland, he had 4 steals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so just 2 nights ago,
right.
he had 4 steals. And Portland's a pretty poor team in handling the ball. They're the 9th worst team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Dame, especially, is really, for being the point guard on the team, is pretty poor with the ball. He gets like 4+ turnovers a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I think Gobert steals is a good one. It was at 1 steal is minus 135. So that's also an option, is to kind of layer that into that parlay. Like 16
1
points,
assist,
1 assist, 1 steal.
1 assist, 1 steal, 16 points. That's not bad.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
And again, that doesn't take a whole lot to get a steal. Not when you're getting, since Towns is out, it looks like he's getting
more
consistently over 30 minutes of play. So I think that helps too.
I'm curious now to see what that You can intro the next game if you want. I'm just curious to see if you tack on a steal to that parlay, what you get.
No, we're going to wait for it.
Oh, we're going to wait? Okay, I'll do this fast. Come on, DK. There we go. Points. We want Gobert. Okay, let's Gobert. We have his assistant here. That's a hard one to find. Rudy Gobert assists. There we go. 1 and a steal. Rudy Gobert steal.
Rudy.
Plus 310.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. That might be the
That's a fun one.
The PTM play of the day.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Enough with Gobert and his single numbers there.
Yeah.
Those are brutal. All right, so we got Celtics at the Clippers, 10:30 game. Celtics are 21-6. Before I continue, I really feel like this whole season is going towards a Celtics Pelicans final.
Certainly seeming that way, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Feels like those are hands down the two best teams in the league. But don't sleep on the Warriors. They can always do some things.
Yeah. Milwaukee too. They got Middleton back. They're still pretty dangerous.
No, Middleton got hurt again last night. So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I see that.
They lost to the Rockets.
Oof.
You never know. The Warriors might be doing something to Wiseman in the G League. He can like come back.
I heard they just brought him up, actually.
Oh, did they?
I think they just brought him back. So
Watch.
Who knows? Could be.
He put on 30 pounds of muscle, and he's like, he's going to be a beast now. All right.
Yeah.
And then the Celtics are at the Clippers. Clippers are 15-13. Clippers are plus 3.5. And the Sharps didn't have an opinion on the winner of the game, but they were on the under 224.5. So a typical Clippers game where the Sharps are on the under. But usually their games are like 212, 215. This one's at least in the 220s. And that's all due to the Celtics, right?
Yeah. See, I don't know why either. Like, I was actually kind of surprised with this. Like, your mind kind of pictures the Clippers as pretty good defensively, right? Like their games seem to go under, right? They allow a ton of huge games. So I don't know what's going on. Might need some more digging on our end, but
a lot of it is about the pace of play too. So I don't know if your big games factors in pace of play.
No.
I think we should look that up. But a lot of the over unders is a function of how quickly the team puts
how
up
many
shots.
possessions they're going to have, basically. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I think the Clippers are one of the slower teams in the league.
Slower. See, that wouldn't be because so they're the number one team. They're like a big men, right? The three worst teams against big men: Detroit, Clippers, and OKC, right? Clippers also, they're the number 2 team against combo guards. They're the number 2 team against forwards, for forwards to play. If points and wings, not great, but the number 1 team to play big men against, number 2 team to play combo guards against, number 2 team to play forwards against, that's a lot of...
Yeah, but that's only half the ball, right? So what I'm saying is they're killing clock when they offensively have the ball, which leads to a lower under, right? That's half the game. Yeah. And then defensively, they're pretty weak, right? I guess. Yeah. So
it's weird. They allow a lot to those 3 positions, but then the other point guards and wings, they're like 2 of the best in the league at stopping those 2. So we'll see. Boston, who we're going to want to target against Boston, is point guards. They're number 5 in the league, number 4 with wings, and number 5 with forwards. So not like we've seen earlier with all these other teams being top 1, top 2,
right?
But they're not. It's not bottom 10. So what does that all mean? Boston big men. I see is Horford out? Did you say that?
Yes, Horford.
All right, so that means this is a Blake night. The lines aren't out for Griffin, but this is a game you're going to want to play him in. Playing back in LA, playing his old team, the Clippers. Big men against the Clippers are just crushing. That's his spot. I love Blake here tonight.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah.
Like what stat you're liking his?
Probably points and rebounds. I mean, the lines are so low. This is like a home game for him. He's going to wake up in his own bed here, and drive over to crypto.com, and he's going to have a monster game.
Oh, that's funny. It's not going to be called that very much longer.
No.
Yeah, I don't see
it's better than Miami FTX Arena.
Right.
So I didn't see any lines out yet.
Yeah, but that's a good one. He will start too.
He will.
So.
Yeah. So this is a great matchup with the narrative coming to play the Clippers. I love it.
Like it.
The other guys we're going to want to look at, your combo guards for Boston is White, Smart, and Brogdon. So you could take a look at those guys. Forwards, Tatum, obviously. So I think he's definitely a great play in this game. The other guy you're going to want to look at, because he actually classifies at two positions, is Grant Williams. He's a big end forward, and those are two prime matchups against the Clippers. So just something to note.
So pretty much everybody against the Clippers, it sounds like.
Yeah.
What about Brown?
No, wings are that was one of the positions. They're one of the best teams in the league at defending wings.
All right. That was my place. I'm going to lay off of that now.
So, and then coming back with the Clippers, wings and forwards are who you're going to want to play against Boston. And you got the two main guys on that team. Those are their two positions, Kawhi and PG. They're they're eligible at both. And then point guards against Boston are a thing. And Reggie Jackson. And he's going to be my sneaky play of the night.
All right.
Because I think the reason why is because I was on him the other day and I laid off because I was worried about Kawhi and PG coming back, and he ended up crushing anyway. So I kind of feel a little bit bad about that.
Yeah, I think he actually benefits from.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, having that extra offense there, right? You think it's just the usage thing or whatever, and then no, it's probably better to have good players playing around you.
All right.
So let's start with Reggie. This is a crazy play, but I love it. Okay. His last two games, he's on 3 days rest today, right? The last two times he played on 3 days rest, he was 21-3-5 and 14-3-6. The last time he played Boston, he was 17-3-7. Okay. So if I put together a parlay on Reggie Jackson of 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, he would have cleared those lines in all 3 of those games I just brought up. It's plus 450.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I just circled that one.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is a good one, man.
That's worth a little something.
Yeah, for sure. And then on the Boston side, the one I picked, I love Blake. I'm going to have something on him, but nothing for right now. So Tatum's going to be the guy for right now. He was also, let's just go through the line. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 threes.
I like that.
It's minus 107. So you'd hope for a little bit more for a 4-leg parlay, but the numbers are so low for Tatum that I don't think he's got a problem getting there tonight.
No, especially after that rest. I think
I don't usually, sometimes I don't love tacking on the threes, and it actually burned me the other day. Tatum was the one guy. He was cold from 3. He was the one guy who didn't get there. But I don't know. You look at his away stats. 2 threes is typically no problem for Tatum. I mean, his line is 3.5, right?
Yeah.
So,
I like that a lot.
Minus 107.
I'm looking at Blake Griffin's last 3 games.
Yeah.
13-7, 9-9, 13-8.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
what
you
are his
said,
lines? Look at his lines.
Well, I don't know what they.
Well, I mean, Well, should we trust these ones on props or not, or no?
No,
No, okay.
not until they come out. But
they look like they're official now, though. I mean,
I didn't. I just looked on FanDuel. I didn't see it. But yeah, that's
if there's anything, his line on props is showing it his point line at 7.5, and his rebound at 5.5.
Yeah, just do PR.
That's it.
You said
that's it.
Or
and then you do one at a normal that he'll clear, and then you do one at like a double for Griffin tonight. Is probably a huge. It's probably like a great play.
Plus 1,000. He's flirting with it almost every game.
Yeah.
He's all hustle, like we've talked about too. So
and especially playing the Clippers.
Yeah,
you know, the team that drafted him. He lives in LA. Like, this is the game.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else?
That's it. But I want to play your game.
Hold on. I also had I had Jaylen Brown, but I'm foregoing it. I did like him to get 25 points, but
okay.
I'm gonna heed your
given the matchup. You're gonna
advice and just back off. I liked Kawhi rebounds tonight.
I saw that too. Yeah,
6.5 rebounds plus 115. He's only done it in 3 of the 8 games he's played this season, but he's done it in 2 of 2 in which he's played 30 minutes.
Okay,
and yeah, I don't really know other than Blake Griffin who's going to be rebounding for the Celtics. So
yeah,
so I thought that was a good play.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. Him and Paul George. I mean, this wing forward type player is should have a great game against Boston, which is kind of weird because you think those are the guys who would have Tatum and Brown guarding them, which you'd think are 2 of the better defenders. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, you ready for the the sit, start, or Sia?
Okay, bring it.
All right, we got Booker.
Okay.
We got Tatum. And we got Durant.
Make this so difficult, man.
That's the idea. I'm not throwing RJ Barrett in there.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. All right. Tatum's going to the G League.
Didn't we say he could be the MVP?
Boston, I have to have something here. So Boston doesn't need him right now. They have such a big lead that they could afford to send Tatum to the G League and
he's not
him.
He's not coming back though. Once you send,
I thought I was resting him up for the postseason.
No.
All right, then Durant goes to the G League.
Okay.
Just because I think he's the biggest injury risk.
All right.
So I'd cut my losses kind of with that. And then Booker sits and Tatum, he's, I guess you got to play Tatum because he's probably the MVP. Yeah.
Can't believe you got rid of top 5 player in the league.
Durant. Well, I had a strategy there, I just wanted to bring up here. Wait, what would be yours?
I'd probably, I'd definitely start Tatum.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Durant on my bench and send Booker down.
Booker down. Okay.
Booker's a little bit more, a little streakier.
And that is true. That is true. I just wanted to get your opinion on what did you think about this Zion dunk at the end of the game that everyone's going nuts about?
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was a great dunk. I don't understand why guys are so sensitive to this stuff. It's like, aren't you? You're out on the floor. Really for one reason, and that's to entertain.
That's exactly the point. Yes.
Right? So the guy has the opportunity. Everybody in the crowd is there to watch him dunk, right?
Yep.
Like that's why they're paying. And he wanted to show off. Now, after the game, they interviewed him, and he was just like, "Sorry, that was out of character for me." But
yeah, he's like, "I didn't play I didn't play all last season." Like, and it's true with all these guys. Like doing these load management, like you pay a lot of money to go to an NBA game and like Zion's sitting that game. Like, it happens so often that like when the guy's playing, they should entertain and they should score to the end. And that's what they're paid to do. All the kids that were at that game, that was probably their favorite moment of the entire game.
Yeah. I think all unwritten rules should be eliminated in all sports. I think it's
baseball.
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you can't like jog around the bases slowly. You can't. Ugh.
Luckily, that's they've done away with a lot of that.
Yeah,
seems like in baseball. But anyway. So I'm glad we're of the same opinion on Zion because that was awesome.
Yeah, he's such a great personality too. He's
is.
like the kind of personality you can't really like dislike him.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
He's so fun. So, all right, I think that does it, man.
Yep, that's a wrap. Nice work today, David. And I will speak to you later.
We'll have more sit, start, see you tomorrow.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Bye.